morning. I'm going to go and get some gates and Harris fencing to cover a massive gap where the wall is meant to be being built. There's always something missing. Someone has to make a run down to the store. There's always something in the oven. Still not trained the cows. Anyone got any ideas? Just sticking here quickly. Tomorrow I am on Becca and Lizzie's podcast. Well, I post everything. I tend to think, if I'm honest, I can't be... It came from very much the TikTok side of things. I always said, if I show you what's actually going on, you can't argue with me, because you can't argue with the truth. I will put a link to their LinkedIn where you can find the podcast episode. It goes live tomorrow, but here's a tiny little taster. Don't forget also to go and check out my brand new Facebook page. I'm super excited about being able to actually converse with people, because on YouTube, it's very much, you can send me comments, but I can't really see you. Do you know what I mean? So it feels very one-sided. So yeah, I'm enjoying the Facebook thing. So head over there and speak to me on that. Our gates are there on the trailer. Going to throw a couple of posts on, and we're just mucking out here, and then we're going to land. Oh, that was a bang on it. Land down the lane and just stick some gates and temporary fencing up until the wall's up, just to keep the stock in. For the envelope cans. Nice. Envelope! Watching this and going, what the hell? When I first told you about the envelope, which is actually a letterbox, I made the mistake of calling it an envelope, and it's kind of stuck, and it's a bit of an ongoing joke with me and a couple of other people. So yes, I am not technically challenged in the brain enough to know that that isn't the shape of an envelope. I know that. I don't know what happened. Hey Kat, what are you doing down here? Hello? I remember when we were bailing in February, I did a video with John J. Whitehead. Jack showed me, but he told me, these here could be taken off, and that there's spikes underneath them. I don't know if that's true, Jack. I can't see any way that they come off. Does anyone know? His didn't look like they came off, and they just did. Maybe I undo that there. No, I don't know. Someone help. Do these come off? And do they have spikes under? Anybody know the answer to this? Feet are on. Everything looked bigger and more grand and more beastly if you sit on the floor. That's what I've discovered. Videoing. Thank you. There's always an opinion, but you would be just fine to do without. The bathroom's always occupied, the fridge too full, the radio too loud. It's holding the road up. Look at them all with the bloody silage trailers on. Is this my Richard? This is our issue. If you can see, that's a big gap. Oh, I'm falling over. To me? Yeah. Okay. We will electric fence all of this as well, but this is just to make sure they don't get out on the lane, because we do not want to be chasing Carl around on the road. These, has anyone got any ideas? This is how big they are. They're cool though, aren't they? They came when we ground the stump out of here. There was a bit of a tree stump and he chopped it off first. I just think they're amazing. What can I do with them? Chopping board, massive chopping board. Birds! Ladybirds! Hi, ladybirds! First half in the trailer, we're just shutting all the gates so they don't get into that silage ground. Very tempting. It was a total anticlimax, wasn't it? No one ran around, they're just eating grass. Good. Unloading. Randomly, you know, when I've told you about the lane and the drainage underneath it, I can show you the pipe, because this is the end of the lane that you drive down. Here there's a really big pond, and when the pond gets to overflowing, which is in the middle of winter, it goes down there, and into here, and can you see, it just flows down our lane, and that pipe there runs all the way down with various manholes in to let like extra water down. Different to when I was doing cowgirl karaoke when we were putting bales out. This here is where we put the bales, you know, we bring them on the tractor and I was clambering on top of them and stuff. I don't know if anyone remembers that or if anyone even watched me do that. That's some sizable grass. Lovely. They're gonna love it in here. It's very windy. We're turning cows and calves out onto here, but instead, as we are in a changeable period, we're turning black and white bullocks out, and this is just to run us on before the jerseys arrive. And obviously we have very few cows to calve this year. I'm sorry, there's been no action. It's not been exciting. And then, yeah, well, has there been no action? There's been no problems, to be fair. Nothing to report, really. They just spit them out, the calves jump up. Everything seems happy, touch wood. Hey, just a quickie, because we are going to leg it outside and do some more work, and I want to get this video on for you all. There's a fly in here and it is literally killing me. I can see it. I can see it. Honestly, one of the downsides of living on a farm, the flies. Wow. Today I have been dosing the cattle with this. So in the past we used to use, I used to call it Trojax, but its name wasn't actually Trojax, it was Trodax, I can't remember. Anyway, it was yellow, and Big Ro used to like squirt it and dye his hair yellow and things with it. It leaves a big yellow stain on the side of the cow. Anyway, we used to use that, and we used to use, I think it was Animec Poron. Yeah, for lungworm. So we do lungworm and we do fluke and worms, that kind of thing. Anyway, Trodax was banned because of the licensing. It wasn't anything to do with the product. It was taken off the market because basically the guy had, say he registered his address in Dublin and the license was to an office in Dublin, and then next thing he changed his address to Belgium, for instance, and the license was still held in Dublin. So I think what happened is they just put the foot down and said, absolutely not, this isn't how it works. Rules are rules and they have to be obeyed. Pretty much like the fella that dug up the river. Yes, Trodax is also a very good product that farmers are missing out on, and it was somewhat of a, you know, it's really annoying. And could they not just overlook it because it's a pain in the ass? Bit like the river, could they not just overlook it because he's done a good job? No, the rules are the rules and you broke them and the consequences are paid. So the fella's in prison and we have no Trojax. Yay. Leaflet that I want to show you. Here. We got a leaflet, I think it was from one of the shows, believe it or not. And it was all about fluke, liver fluke. Now, I have a video of a live liver fluke. We butchered a lamb a couple of years ago, and when the lad pulled everything out, he said, here, there's a liver fluke. And I had it on the end of my finger. I'll find it and I'll put it in for you because it's really interesting, because no one actually really gathers how they, do you know what I mean? How they move, how they are. They were very, very strange. Anyway, I had it on my finger and I'll show you. It was really interesting.
Lying in that graveyard on the hill. And when we cross that river, every member of our family someday will. When the house gets way too crazy, I go there to get away.
We butchered the cow. The liver was really healthy, and I was doing it on the table, packaging it up for my brother, and Linda, our neighbour, came round, and Roy also came in, and they both said, oh, that's a healthy looking liver. And I went, what do you mean a healthy looking liver? Like, who the hell wants liver anyway? Obviously my brother wants liver, but it's a massive thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to video this really quickly, and if you want to read it, pause it, because it was a really interesting leaflet. I'm not going to read it all to you because that's just silly. So, like, I'll video it very quickly, and if you want to read it, just pause it. First is an introduction. It shows some carcasses. Look at this. 1 in 5 livers condemned as a result of liver fluke in Britain in 2014. 1 in 4 condemned in Scotland and Wales. Estimated 1.77 million. Wow. It's a lot, isn't it? There's the inspection process. Past a couple of years ago, we had one come back, and I think Roy said it was a really low price, and we were like, why is it so low? It's really rubbish. Anyway, its liver had been condemned because it obviously had liver fluke, and it's a massive issue. And I don't know, I just didn't somehow link up in my brain that what we were doing on the farm in the crush, injecting an animal, was having an impact on the end product. My brain didn't make that link at all, but this leaflet was really bloody interesting. Hold on, another few pages. So then we've got reasons here. Abscesses, cysts, liver fluke. Reasons for liver condemnation. There's a life cycle of a fluke. A bit more. Honestly, I know that was just, some of you are going to go, what the hell? This leaflet was really interesting for me as a farmer to read, and it put things into a little bit of perspective that I'd never had before. I tend to think, because we sell them as stores and we don't sell them as finished animals, I somehow think of them as going on to somebody else's house. I don't think of the end product quite as much. Yeah, it's just the way I am. But yeah, this was really interesting. And stop saying like, why am I so pathetic? It's just so bloody annoying. And every time I edit a video, I hear myself do it, and it really annoys me, and I don't know how to stop saying it. It's like every other sentence. I think it's because my brain's processing what I'm trying to get out. It's like it's working. I'm a bit slow. I'm quite a slow brain, I think. Matt's coming back tonight to help me stretch the skin. I'll show you a little bit of that in tomorrow's video, and we need to get some rolling done. And my friend Richard was silaging at the farm across the road, you know, the big farm that we're opposite with the dairy cows. He was silaging there, and he said I could go for a ride out with him, but Roy's gone to the optician, so I just want you to know how horrified I am that I couldn't go for a ride on the big tractors. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. You're all stars. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you tomorrow. And just a quickie, because I totally forgot to video it, the lamb in the hedge, it wasn't a lamb, it was a black plant pot. I don't know where it had come from because I ain't no gardener, but yeah, there was a black plant pot in the hedge and I thought it was a dead lamb. Crisis averted.